Welcome back to Pat and Go with Paul Browning. I'm your host, Paul Browning. Of course, we got to my left DJ on the ones and twos. Let's get it. We've got Mike Lewis. All right. For those who are watching on YouTube, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever you got to do. Do all of those things, all the content that we're giving you. But make sure you subscribe to KPPF 1040 AM and also Pat and Go with Paul Browning. Both of those pages are available to you. Obviously, you're probably watching on YouTube right now, so make sure you subscribe.
Well, the cool thing is we're going to do some behind-the-scenes stuff, too.
That's right.
That doesn't actually make it to the radio.
100%, and you guys will be able to see a little bit about that.
And it's all family-friendly, by the way. Just to make sure.
There's no behind-the-scenes stuff that is explicit. 100%. I promise you that. No. So I think it's time that we go under the hood. So, going under the hood this weekend, I wanted to jump into the fact that we're done with September, okay? A whole month of football has been played.
This is where you evaluate.
All right, October, this is a make or break month. A lot of teams can fall off here. You've got 4 games coming up that can really shape you, and who you are as a team. So I wanted to go under the hood when it comes to those NFL standings and this after a month of football. What are we seeing? So I had a couple questions that popped up in my head, and I said, you know what? We have 5 teams that were playoff teams last year that are under 500. Under 500.
But are they still in it?
100%. So I wanted to see what you guys thought. The teams that we have that are under 500 currently are the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Bears, the Seahawks, the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Texans, the Eagles, the not the Redskins, the football team, the Vikings, the Falcons, the Jets, the Colts, the Jags, and the Giants. You can replay that if you need to on YouTube if you miss those teams. But
I'll jump in.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I know this kind of goes against maybe what we talked about earlier in the show and your thinking, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
As they're 1-2 now.
Yeah.
But I'm not counting them out. I think if you count the Chiefs out, you're making a big mistake. And as a Bronco fan, I've seen that happen over the years.
Yeah. I remember there was a run like years maybe like 2008, 2009, where the Chiefs would lose a bunch of the games at the beginning of the season, and then they'd make a run at the end of the season. And the Chargers would do it too.
Win
in
like
the AFC
5
West.
in a row and what happened?
And then the Broncos, who were in first place, would just end up missing out on the playoffs. I think that's very wise. Do you have a?
I do. I have the Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
The way the Eagles are running the ball and Hurts is coming along. He doesn't have it all perfected, but we're 4 games in.
Yeah. Even with that really bad loss to Dallas, I still think Philly is a pretty good team, and they're able to make some plays. I just think Dallas is really good. But I really like where you're going there. I think Seattle could easily be 3-0.
Still my MVP right there.
Russ is still and and here's what I'll say before I jump into mine. I like each one of you guys' picks. I think the Chiefs, they're definitely contenders, and we always got to watch out for them. I just think the division that they play in may be the best division in football. So it's for them to still come out on top. And I think the Chiefs they run the same offense. They're the same team that we've seen since 2018. They're the same exact team. So until they get that running game going, until the playmakers on the outside really start making some plays, that's hence to why they signed Josh Gordon. But I mean, Tyreek Hill, everybody knows who he is. So defense is, they're playing deep. There's somebody deep. So then he's not gonna run by him. You may bracket Travis Kelce, may double team him, whatever that may be. But the other players need to start making plays. When it comes to Seattle, obviously they've got all the playmakers. They start fast. Usually it's just going to be them finishing the games. But once again, NFC West, one of the toughest divisions in football. When you have Arizona, you have the Rams, you've got the Niners. So very tough teams. I think the Eagles probably have the best position being in the NFC East, even though Dallas may be the clear front runner. I'm going with the Vikings.
Okay.
Also very easily could be 3-0. They lost a very close one to the Bengals, the very beginning of that first game of the season. But they are a team that they've got a lot of firepower. They've got their young receivers making plays. Kirk Cousins is very good with the football. He's very smart with the football. And the way that they beat Seattle last week was I just, when I was seeing from that, I said, okay, that's a scary football. That's a really good football team. Being in a division where I think the clear front runner is Green Bay, but Green Bay is going through, they're still figuring it out too. Yeah. It puts the Vikings in place where, okay, the Bears they're also trying to figure it out, and the Lions are definitely trying to figure it out. If the Vikings can put it all together, that may be a team that, even though they're 1-2, they may still win that division.
But what about Dalvin Cook?
Yeah, well, that's and I understand that, but the Vikings as a whole team and all the talent that they have, I think they have so much firepower. I think Madison, the backup running back, he's a playmaker. So I know. I just like what the Vikings do. I like how they're coached. That could be a team that
I always love Adam Thielen. I'm not going to lie.
Adam Thielen is a ball player. Let's switch gears. What's one team on the other side? Okay, over 500 that we can see as a pretender. We've got the Bills, Raiders, Broncos, Chargers, Titans, Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Cowboys, Rams, Niners, Cardinals, Packers, Panthers, and the Bucs and the Saints.
I'm just not seeing the Browns, and this was hard for me to. I looked at all those teams and said, oh, okay, but I just don't see it in the Browns. But we'll see if I'm right.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
End of October, come back and let's check the Browns.
Okay. I'm gonna definitely disagree with you, and it's not Homer, all right. I just think the Browns, the Browns have. The way that their defense played last week against the Bears, and Myles Garrett is, like I said, probably going to be our defensive player of the year. He's a baller. They get Odell back. Jarvis should be coming back soon as well. So we'll see what happens.
I'm saying the Saints are pretenders.
Okay. All right.
They are so up and down. If their defense doesn't play well, and Jameis Winston, which quarterback you getting? It's Tampa Bay 2.0.
Yeah. I am with you as well. That's where I also went with the Saints. When you can't figure out how to get Alvin Kamara the ball correctly, when you get inconsistent play at quarterback, yes, they're in a division where obviously the Bucs are very clear front runners, but
they're missing Brandon Cooks.
Yeah,
that big play.
I really think, and then you see how the Panthers were able to dominate them. That's your division foe, okay? When your division foe can play you and really, kick you, while you're down. I think that's a clear sign of who you are. Without McCaffrey, right? So I think the Panthers are also figuring it out, but I went with the Saints here. But then we have a couple undefeated teams. All right, who is the best undefeated team in the NFL right now? Broncos. Give me a take, though. Okay. I love it. I love it. You're a huge Bronco fan.
Well,
is there a certain reason?
And they're not only undefeated in the season, they're preseason undefeated.
Yeah. So they've been winning. They've been just doing a whole lot of winning.
Yeah. I just think the team is coming together. I think there's been some pressure from above upper management to get this team turned around. Bronco fans, we've had a couple bad years, quite frankly. Yeah. And I just think maybe Fangio's got it together, and he's. I just feel the vibe, and I saw the excitement in the stadium. I did watch some clips from the home game this past week. Yeah. And it's a feeling, and yes, I'm predisposed to say the Broncos because I'm a Broncos fan. I admit it.
But still, you picked the team MVP to be Von Miller.
Yes.
Von Miller is the Defensive Player of the Month for the AFC. Yeah. He's playing lights-out football. That Broncos defense is playing lights-out football. I can totally see what you're saying. Teddy Bridgewater, he's doing everything he needs to do. Who do you got?
Well, I had the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm sure that's no surprise to anybody. But I also have the Denver Broncos, even though I feel like they're less tested schedule-wise.
Yes, I think that's a huge point.
They're winning the games that are in front of them, which is what you have to do at this level.
Yes.
But they are less tested.
Yeah, no.
So I put a little asterisk there.
No, I like that. And I like where you guys are going with Denver, but I think very clearly the team to beat is the Rams. Very clear. Okay. I mean, they are, the way they dismantled Tampa, the way they've been beating teams. I mean, you think about just who this Rams team is. They were able to how they were able to beat the Bears.
As we've said before, there's no answer for Cooper Kupp.
Right. He's been nuts. And what was it? The Colts last week, or the Colts the week before? Cooper Kupp playing lights out, Matt Stafford playing lights out. That's a great team that I'm thinking is or probably the best team that is in the NFL. Yeah, when you beat Brady like that, man, that's all I got to say. But let's start getting into some picks right after this break. For those who are watching on YouTube, do not forget to like and subscribe. You know the channels, KPPF Radio 1040 and Pat and Go with Paul Browning. Like, share, subscribe, do all those things. We're gonna take a quick break.